I'm speaking to a particular collective of women who have spiritual gifts, and you know it. You literally know it. You've pretty much always know it, or you've had some indications here or there of it, here and there of it. And if this resonates with you, you are someone who is afraid of your gifts. You have not been able to grasp, first of all, what you would even do with your gifts, how you would operate in your gifts. I'm seeing, Spirit is showing me a collective of women literally hands on with the people that they're helping to raise the collective consciousness. Because let me tell you something. Number one, if you're not operating in your spiritual gifts, your soul, who is crying out to experience the fullest expression of who you are, operate while you're operating in your gifts, it's blocking you in some type of way. It's either blocking your love life, or it's blocking your money, or it's blocking this particular collective of women. It's not so much your money that's being blocked, but it's your mental, your emotional that is feeling uneasy. You're experiencing a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety and agitation. And what that is, your soul is crying out for you to walk into your gifts. And this can be a block for you. And I understand this on a deep cellular level, because I was someone working as a corporate nurse. I was making a good amount of money, but I was waking up anxious, irritated, agitated, okay? Or I would be at work exhausted, coming home exhausted, even after vacations, even after a full night of sleep. And even that full night of sleep is interrupted by patterns of tossing and turning and anxiety and nightmares. And so you are someone who, unbeknownst to you, the reason why you're experiencing this is because Spirit is tugging on you to walk in your gifts. And the thing is that you think that walking in your gifts is going to strip something from you. You're scared, and I completely understand. Trust me, I have been there. Not knowing what do you mean I'm supposed to walk in these gifts? How am I supposed to do that? And perhaps you're someone who thinks that you have to be someone who is, operating in these gifts in some type of full-time capacity. Perhaps not. Perhaps you actually love your 9 to 5, and Spirit is like, listen, that's great. I'm so glad that you love this. But until you start walking in this gift, even part-time, until you start expressing yourself and your gifts in this way, then you're not going to experience your soul's fullest expression. You're not going to be able to experience heart expansion, because when you're actually walking in your gifts, when you're walking in your calling, that's when you experience this soul. I'm telling you, it feels like this heart expansion. And someone like me, even the fact that I'm here on camera talking to you right now after years of being someone who's afraid of how I was perceived, and being someone who, and sometimes I still have that experience and that fear, but now that I have continued to, despite the fear, and let me tell you something, fear's job is to hold you back because it thinks that it's keeping you safe. But that anxiety, that confusion, that agitation that you're feeling, that is actually unsafe for you. It's unsafe for your body, okay? Health issues may be at the helm of some of your issues too. Again, because you're not walking in your soul's fullest expression, okay? So I had a lot of that going on until I finally heeded, after years and years and years, okay, Spirit, I'm going to take a leap of faith. And this next level in your life of walking in your spiritual gifts, so you can unblock what is holding you back from your fullest life expression, your joyful, your blissful life that you really want. this is going to require you to move forward in courage, okay, and courageousness. And that fear that you have of walking in your spiritual gifts, it's not going to go away instantly. I don't want to come across as someone who is going to tell you that walking in your spiritual gifts is easy, or walking in your spiritual gifts isn't going to require you to confront your fear. But what I will tell you is, until I heeded to this, until I heeded to whatever my gifts in helping women transform their lives out of confusion, stagnation, anxiety, and fear, and helping them to identify blocks holding them from living their best life, okay? Until I did that, I didn't get to experience abundance on this kind of level. I didn't get to experience, you talking about soft life, I didn't know what soft life was. I was working hard for money. Now the universe just brings money in because I get paid to exist. I get paid to walk into my soul's calling. And I was constantly told, I was told this for so many years, that, oh, well, the money's just gonna come when you surrender to the universe and you surrender to your soul's calling. This is something that is not outside of you. This is something that your soul's desire. But because you're looking at, you know, the numbers, the measurement, you're looking at it from a logical mind. I know, because I've been there. Like, what do you mean? I was taught that I go to work and I get the money. And perhaps this is not you quitting your job. Perhaps this is not you quitting your job. And I have to say that because a lot of you are going to run away because you're scared that this means that you're going to have this major upheaval in your life right away. It takes time. You listen to breadcrumbs. For me, it was, okay, so I'm learning. I'm working with a spiritual teacher who is teaching me how to walk in my gifts. It took literally from the time of probably like 7 years. It was 7 years for me. Maybe it's not going to be 7 years for you. I had a lot of hiccups because I had a lot of blocks, because I had so many fears that were holding me back. Instead of walking in fear and walking in my gifts despite the fear, I allowed the fear to hold me back. But I want you to understand that until you surrender, you're going to continue to be met with resistance from your love, your luck, your money. Whoever you are waiting for something. It's not going to come to you until you're ready to be and walk into the authenticity of who you are, and to your soul's fullest expression of who you are, until you're ready to not conform and not surrender to the rigidity of your life. It's not working anymore. Whatever you're doing right now, it's not working, okay? You think that you can only have one of 5 or one of 4. Like, I can't have love, luck, money. I can't have fun. I can't have all of those things. Well, I would do that, Blue or Azure, whatever you want to call me. I would do that, but what the but is your fear that is holding you back from your soul's fullest expression. It's holding you back from your spiritual gifts. It's holding you back from your life of bliss and joy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this collective that I'm speaking to, your job and what you even came to the planet to do is to help raise the collective consciousness. And you can only do that. You can throw some money, like, that's great. You're like, I give money, but listen, there are some things that money cannot buy. Peace, healing. When I was working through all of my deep-seated trauma that I had tucked away, that I hid under a rug for over 35 years, when I started to do that work, it was exhausting, okay? Money cannot buy. There's not enough money in the world that can take away that feeling of brokenness, okay? So there's going to need to be healers like you who are ready to walk into their spiritual gifts. Okay? So I want you to consider that you need to start this process of surrendering to your gifts. And you can do that by asking Spirit, like, hey, Spirit, I don't know how to walk in these gifts. I'm scared. Being vulnerable with Spirit, your angels, your guides, your ancestors. Hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me? And watch the answer come. That's what happened to me, okay? I'm sitting here before you as someone who was I'm literally telling you that I was confused. And it's so funny that I probably look like I'm super confident right now, and that's how I'm perceived sometimes, but it's not always easy. But let me tell you something. I would never ever go back to the life I was living, being in prison, into a life that I hated. Waking up every day tired, depressed, anxious, because I wasn't surrendering to my soul's fullest expression. I wasn't lending myself to my spiritual gifts. I wasn't making myself available to women like you who are ready to walk in their gifts, who are ready to help raise the collective consciousness, who are ready to heal in their own unique way. It may not be that you're on camera like this. You could be a hairstylist. You could be an artist whose job it is to raise the collective consciousness by allowing us to see the beauty. I'm literally sitting out here, I'm looking at palm trees. Like, do you know what it does to my spirit to see palm trees? What it does to my inner child? It's healing to my inner child. Your artwork is actually going to be healing to someone's inner child. But instead of walking into the fullest expression of those gifts, you're sitting on that artwork when it could be helping to heal someone. Do you know what it felt like for me when I was going through a major upheaval and learning about how to address my childhood abuse and trauma? What it felt like to go to a painting class and be aligned and in tune and to engage my inner child. You know how exhilarating that was for me, how liberating it was for me. But you're sitting on your gifts because you're afraid. You're afraid you won't get paid enough. You're afraid of people thinking that you're crazy. You're afraid of not being authentic enough. You're afraid of exposure. But you will not experience your fullest life. You will not experience that love. You won't experience the money. You won't experience the abundance and the freedom until you unlock, until you're ready to walk in, despite your fear, your gifts. As a creative, as a healer, as an artist, okay? Those are all healers. When I go to I have a nail, shout out to Barbie in LA. And when I go to her to get my nails done, her space, like, she's such a brilliant artist. I am instantly uplifted just by walking into her space. How welcoming she is to me. That is someone who is a healer. She's a nail artist, but she's a healer, okay? Artists are healers too. Creatives are healers too. Do you know how great I feel leaving there with my nails done with this art that is my expression of who I am? Okay, so that's contributing. She's contributing to the collective's consciousness. And so my job as a healer, as a transformational healer and coach, is to help you transform your fears, okay, into faith, to walk into your gifts, to take a leap of faith, to give yourself a chance, okay? There are people who are also waiting for you. Okay, and you think that, well, I'm just going to donate money. That's great. I'm just going to donate money. Money didn't help me when I was crying from all the pain and the anxiety and the agitation from my trauma. That didn't help me. You couldn't throw $1 billion at me and heal my pain. But going to a healer, going to a gallery, going to get my nails done, going to, retreats, and all of that is what healed me, not the money. Okay? So the money will follow you, but what I want you to see is that you are sitting on your gifts and it's not helping you and it's not helping the collective. So if you're a woman who is ready to transform her life into someone who is ready to step into the full authenticity of you, who you are, to be anchored in authenticity, to walk in your gifts, to be attractive to and magnetic to love and abundance and prosperity and peace of mind, then I'm here to help you. And you can book a free consultation with me, a discovery call, so we can see how I can help you. And if not, then I have so many videos that can help you in this next level that you're getting ready to embark on. If you choose to accept it, it's up to you. So those are ready for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you, and happy Monday.